Malibu is a Gunsmoke olive ewe that, man, in person, this one is a Mack truck. In terms of shape and mass, she would be an outlier as a mature ewe. And looking at her flush, there's no question that that is extremely heritable. We would have chose to flush her after she had another standout 78 male in the March group last year, sold to Lane Hale in Texas. To start things off here, the 191 would be the only sheep that we're offering as a ram option in the sale. And this guy has some really big pieces. To start off with, he's extremely wide at the ground, has a huge forearm, is very robust in his rib cage, really big backed. The most unique part of this sheep though is his lower butt and stifle shape is very wild for a sheep this age. And most of the times you put that much shape on a sheep, they get really trashy fronted, but I think he's super unique in that regard. Still maintains a very shallow, clean front 1/3 on him that I think this sheep has some big time pieces as a breeding piece, but also one that you could cut and I think run hard at a state fair at like a Division II, on one that will look like a man. And I envision the sheep actually growing fine into the fall, despite how thick he is, and moderate, and one that would just look like a man heading into the fall as well. The next pair would be 192, 193, and these guys resemble each other very, very closely. They're both very tall fronted, gather up with a lot of show ring presence, really shapely. They're the sheep that are running around the pen that have just a ditch running down their entire back. Thick sheep are sometimes really hard to picture at this age, and I think 193 pictured very well, but I was disappointed how the 192 sheep looked in his picture. He's shorter bladed and better bodied than what his picture shows, but very comparable in how they look from behind. Like these two a fair bit. To me, could be big time show weathers. The next pair that I think kind of match together would be 189 and 194. These guys would have a ton of internal capacity, a pair that's very bull caged, another pair of sheep that are really big in their upper hip, carry down with a lot of stifle shape. They're extremely stout, and as you'd expect, these sheep both have a nickel bit of shoulder, not too much though, despite how much mass they have. The 78 sheep in general get better bodied with time. They'll keep getting shallow through their chest, they keep tucking in their shoulder and get shorter bladed with time, and I envision these two doing the same thing with days and feed.